The bowlers at Town Hall 10 are amazing for 3-star strategies. We have been having great success with them, and that is the focus of today's video. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Make sure to subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with all of my Clash of Clans videos. We're focusing on the bowlers at Town Hall 10 for 3 stars today, but we do have an amazing Queen Walk Lavaloon attack right at the end of the video, so make sure to stick around for that. Each one of these attacks are from Elite Gaming's CWL Week 2 victory over ByeForever, and this first attack is a fantastic example of the strength of the bowlers by Big John. Now, he did indeed use a couple of balloons initially to bait out a couple of air traps where he was sending his queen along the side. Now, you will see in a couple of the replays that can be a nice theme that you use. If there's no air defense over to one side of the base, you can often get a queen walk to implement very well into the strategy across that side, and as long as the bowlers do their job in terms of getting out the defenses in the middle, which as you can see they've done beautifully in this one, we'll focus on the bowlers a bit more in the next attack. You can then use that queen towards the end of the raid in order to mop up any of the defenses right at the back side of the base, and you can see it's not even needed in this one. So we will go over the different ideas of the strategy, but again, a couple of balloons. If you've had an attack, guys, that has been done beforehand and there's a couple of air bombs, see if you can take them out. A balloon which is only worth 5 troop space is obviously worth putting in there if it's going to save one of your healers. Now again, this base, we have another example. The air defense was all pushed to one side of the base. Now you will see that in a lot of anti 3-star bases, and if you can use that to your advantage, I would highly recommend that you do that. This next example is exactly the same, guys, so let's break it down a little bit more. Let's pause the attack real quick. You can see air defense right over the back end of the base and the west, so the queen can come into this area and she's not going to be affected. The healers will not be hit from them air defense. However, a very good point as well is that there's some splash damage in this area. That is actually what does a lot of damage onto your bowlers, so if you can get your queen around into that area and take it down, it's obviously going to help your bowlers. Now, the whole idea of the bow witch attack is you create the funnel for your bowlers to do work in the middle. They really have a lot of high fire if you can get them to concentrate where you want them to go, and the way you do that 9 times out of 10 is creating the funnel on either side of the base. So we're doing that with the bowlers and witches down the left hand side and the queen walk as we have discussed in the middle. You need to get your bowlers right through. A lot of people ask, what happens when you have a mixture of CC troops? It's easy, guys. Get them poison spells onto the CC, down they go. Once you have a rage spell on the bowlers, the CC troops will not keep up, guys. Your bowlers can just power through that. And a key point in my guide for the bow witch attack, we discussed how a golem is a fantastic addition to your squad, just a tank for them bowlers. However, with the meta now being single target infernos, take some giants instead, guys. If you're going head on into that inferno tower, the last thing you want to do is put a golem in there in order to just get fried. So get some giants in there to protect them bowlers. Again, they go down here, but as you can see, they've hollowed out the core of the base. They've taken out all of the defenses. That is exactly what we need. We then have our troops around the outside that can mop up at the end. The queen doesn't have to come into the base necessarily. She just has to shoot over the wall and it is job done, guys. So what you want to look for are bases that you can basically jump from one side of the base to the other. Can you get access right the way to them far defenses with your bowlers? And then you probably want to just bring a couple of rage spells. However, depending on if there's many giant bombs in that area, you might want to bring some heal spells as well. They can be very helpful for the bowlers. But the bow witch attack is not the only way to use the bowlers. Mass bowlers can be very helpful against these bases. Now notice the inferno towers are a little bit deeper into the base, so we're actually taking a golem in this one. Obviously if you take giants, you have to think that they're susceptible to spring traps. The golems do have kind of advantages on that front, so we're going to take one in this base. The queen walk again right down this side is not going to be a problem, so we can send her down there and send the bowlers right into the base itself. So unfortunately the golem does kind of get locked on by the single inferno, but it was long enough that he was already kind of down before the single Inferno locked onto it. Again, CC troops are a mask of things. Valkyries, baby dragons, get the poison on there. We've got a heal spell in there to help the bowlers up. That Valkyrie could have really done work. So the heal spell, really valuable onto the bowlers. And again, you need to get early rage spells in here, guys. You can see, look at the damage and the defenses far on that the bowlers are able to take out here. Check this out. They hit that cannon, take out the air defense while they're at it. Granted, it's an air defense, but had it have been anything else, they'd have obviously still taken it down. That is the power of the rage spells. If you get them in nice and early, guys, you will be able to use the most amount of bowlers. The last thing you want to do is wait until there's only a couple of bowlers that you're raging. If you can rage them when there's like 10 or 12 bowlers still right there in the center, they're going to protect themselves almost, because the bounce of that bowler will still get the benefit of that rage spell as it moves forward. Once we get to the end of the base, as you can see, the bowlers have done their work. They've taken out the defenses in the middle. We've got that queen walk and able to come around the outside and really just finish off the base. And 9 times out of 10, guys, that's what you will see with these bowler attacks. If you can find bases, it's all base identification really, isn't it, guys? But if you can find bases where your queen is free to just walk around the outside, out of the way of them air defense, and you can get access through the base with the bowlers, you're probably on to a winner, guys. So let's check out one more Bow Witch attack, 6-pack here by Big John. Give it up for him. Leave a like on the video for Big John. Let's show you one more Bow Witch attack, and then we'll show you that very impressive Lavaloon. I always like the ingenuity of some of these attacks at Elite Gaming. I'm not sure whether I said already, if you want to join us, make sure to check us out. We're recruiting max Town Hall 9s at the moment. Make sure to check out the clan if you're interested. Now this one, as we've discussed at all of the raids, guys, make sure to take out them free buildings. They can often create your funnel, as in this case, even just that one building out of the way really helps this bowler and witch combination to come down the side of the base exactly what we want. The same is kind of present at the top there with the queen, and again, look at the value the queen can get. If she can get a lot of value like that out of the way of air defense, then you want to go for it. Again, CC is not a lava hound, guys. Many people, for some reason, just fail to see how to take out the CC when there's not a lava hound in there. Get the poison spells in there, guys. I don't understand how it's so difficult. Poison spells, rage through them if it's that difficult. You know, use a different strategy if you're really struggling that much, or bring a kill squad, or, you know, just practice with the poison spell. But anyway, rage spells helping the bowlers again through. Just look, they're very unfortunate not to take out that archer tower. But again, as we get down towards the end of it here, it does get a little bit hairy in terms of this single target inferno, but you will see the queen comes through clutch, and that is the importance of using the bowlers to hollow out the defenses here. They do miss the most important one, granted, but the healers, if we didn't have them, queen would be down here. So she very nicely takes out the archer tower. The bowler here quite nicely as well, just about to get in range of the inferno tower, but she's got that ability, takes it down, and that is the bowlers and some of the very nice strategies that you can use. So make sure to leave any other tips that I might have missed down in the comments. Obviously, I've had a ton of videos on them. Let's show you that Lavaloon attack though, because I just had to really give appreciation to this attack. If anyone watched my stream, I showed it a bunch of times, but let's show it again. So like we said in that first attack, guys, the balloon there very nicely helping with the Tesla, but also more importantly setting off the air bomb to protect these healers. Again, the funnel is just massively important. That wizard and minion able to help the queen come right the way down this side, and again, no air defense in the area, so we don't have to worry about the queen. We're taking out a bunch of point defense, not to mention splash damage as well, which is very important to get out of the way in terms of them balloons. But the most important, single most important, the queen and the CC are the target here of our queen. So a nice job, very patient, which you always have to appreciate. And then I really like the timing of the king, bringing him in to set that funnel so that as the wall breakers open this compartment, you can see how these defenses are obviously the closest for the queen. She can come in again, Poison spell for the CC. Using the rage, we do have to pop that ability, but we're getting everything out of the way that we need to, guys. The queen is bound to get affected here as well. She goes down, so we've got the queen out of the way, the CC out of the way, bunch of point defense, a couple of wizard towers, and look at the defenses we've carved out here as well. That is massive for balloon pathing, and as you can see, one wizard tower left. Perfect, isn't it really, guys? We have to get the funnel right in order to get this single target inferno. So them balloons that came in from the north came in very far from the north, but that was to get onto that single inferno, and it was very nicely done. Then obviously you want the nice spread around the outside, haste spells pushing them in, and it's basically so that the balloons can converge right on this area here. They don't have to kind of go right the way around to the edge of the base. They can converge, and that is exactly what they need. Rage spell used very importantly next to the single inferno, amazingly able to help protect the queen there as well, and this base at this point was just crushed. Another haste spell to help get onto that air defense, but at this point the base is done. Even has an archer in the bag as well to take out that builder hut, and that is it, guys. So a fantastic display of Town Hall 10 skill. Make sure to let me know what you think. What's your favorite Town Hall 10 attack strategy down in the comments section. Let me know if you made it right until the end of this video. Obviously, leave a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more Clash of Clans, but that wraps it up for this one, guys. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.